Thank you, Mr. President. I have two questions for President Draghi. Is there a danger of supervising in an exhaustive way the banking sector without adequately supervising shadow banking, and thus increase instead of decreasing systemic risks? And another question, what about the policy of U.S. authorities which impose huge fines in the range of billions on major U.S. and European banks? Does this mean that we should apply a stricter regime in the European Union in order to avoid unfair banking practices, or should we protest to our American friends for creating additional problems to the functioning of the European banking system? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, certainly on your first question, certainly market intelligence, all kinds of market intelligence signal that the financial sector is transferring risks from banks to non-banks. Simply comparing the main features of markets today with those of some years ago reveals the importance of new players. For example, the non-bank, non-insurance activities. Important is also the growing non-traditional activity of insurance. A few years ago, the focus was on hedge funds, which in the meantime have proved to be more resilient to vulnerabilities than expected. So this Parliament has already started to work at several issues. First of all, money market funds. As you know, we have issued a recommendation on it in 2012. OTC markets. And it's clear that we need to complete the legal agenda and submit all market segments to equivalent types of surveillance and to the necessary regulatory requirements. Let me add that it's not only the SRB, but that's the worry, the concern that you've expressed is widely shared at global level, and work is being done at the FSB level as well. On the second point, it's pretty clear. I think recent events have shown that it's pretty clear that, first of all, misconduct by banks is a real problem. It's not been invented by the various judiciaries. Second, that the present legislation concerning correspondent banks is very complicated. Third, that these internationally agreed sanctions are being implemented by the various judiciaries in different jurisdictions in a very different way, so that global banks feel subject to different jurisdictions and different judiciaries and different implementations and different fines, depending on where they are being judged. So I think there is vast scope for coordination at global level of, well, at the very beginning when these sanctions are being written, they should contain, because after all they are the main legal document, they should contain provisions on how to harmonise, it's a very strong word, speaking of judiciaries, but at least showing what the compatibilities are, working about making them a little closer than they are today.